So it really is remarkable just how much the sentiment is changing towards fake asylum seekers, mass immigration, and loudmouth foreigners who we never wanted or voted to have in the country to begin with. I mean, everyone is just sick to death of the state of our country, and people are simply just not afraid to say what they think anymore, which is leading to some very interesting interactions spilling out into the mainstream media. I mean, even Rupert Lowe and Restore Britain have broken containment and are now being talked about by guests on the Jeremy Vine show, which is something I certainly didn't have on my bingo cards for today.
Because I think you have a right to protect your borders. I think you have a right to try and protect the culture of a nation. And I do think that, I think Rupert Lowe actually does have a point about how over time this country has changed and the culture's changed, and not because the people of this country wanted it. It's because we've not defended our borders. And I think that
we have defended our borders, and Harvey's talking about...
We quite clearly haven't defended our borders.
Of course, the loudmouth Indian rage baiter says we have defended our borders. Well, I mean, the first problem is this is not a we situation. There is you, and then there is the native British people, meaning the native English, Irish, Scottish and Welsh. You're a subversive foreign degenerate, and personally, I'm very excited about the next paradigm shift on the whole immigration and British identity debate. And that's when we stop pretending that people like Narinder Kaur are actually British to begin with, and we start banning foreign subversives like her from appearing on our national media so she can push her vile anti-nativist opinions onto the public. You're not welcome or wanted, Narinder. Of course, there are more examples of the changing sentiments spilling into the mainstream media from just today.
We don't know who they are. There could be militia, there could be part of the Pakistani Taliban. God knows who they are. So, I mean, nobody wants these people near them, and they shouldn't even be here anyway, to be honest. They should all be sent back.
If one was, or if a family of them were housed right next door to you in South Shields, Simon, what would you worry about? What would be your fear?
We just do not want them here. You hear all these horrific stories about, young girls being attacked in parks.
So it would be about criminality. Your worry would be that they would be a physical threat to you and your family.
I mean, you may not agree with my opinion, but I just think these Muslims come here. Their women are all covered from head to toe. They see a girl with a short skirt on, they just get
So your belief, Simon, is that Muslims equals likely sex offender?
Absolutely, because they're not used to seeing girls wearing Western clothes over where they've come from.
Do you worry as much about all the white British sex offenders?
No. If my daughter gets a taxi, and an Asian guy turns up, I send them away. I said, you do not get in a car with an Asian man.
Right, ever. Okay. So you just don't like the fact that they're brown-skinned, basically.
Absolute patriot. I love how lefty idiots like Ben Kentish literally have no argument on these issues, and why would they? For years and years, calling someone a racist was enough. But like I said, sentiment has clearly changed, and people like Ben are going to have to think of a new way of defending their fake and crumbling narrative, rather than just twisting people's words when the caller never even mentioned race to begin with, especially when the facts are on our side, as you can see here. Now I can't read this off to you, as I don't want this video to be sent to the Shadow Realm, but you can pause the video and read it for yourself if you'd like. Anyway, people like Ben Kentish are weak, pathetic men, and we've allowed weak, pathetic men to steer our country's policies and our country's attitudes towards third world criminals for way too long. Just listen to what this idiot said yesterday.
Why would you feel a sense of compassion for a rapist, Ben? Why?
Because I think if we all lose compassion, Seamus, then we risk becoming more like them.
I think that you're morally bankrupt, and I think that
that escalated quickly.
I mean, I certainly haven't lost compassion. I'm compassionate for the victims, and I have righteous anger and want capital justice for the offenders.